Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and to the Austrian campaign. Now, you might be wondering, why do you sound a bit different now? Well, members will know this. The original version that I uploaded had a very weird issue where all of a sudden everything went weird and squeaky. And I have no idea why that might be. Anyway, I'm going to have to remember what I said in the intro. And it's the raw footage as well. It's not, nothing's gone wrong in the editor. I just never thought. I've never ever had that issue. Sounds weird and squeaky and all sorts of things. Anyway, I noticed that an Italian battleship is coming in against a pretty large force of our torpedo boats, along with some protected cruisers. My basic plan was to sort of bait the torpedo boats from the enemy in, and then use my own torpedo boats to attack the enemy capital ships. Now, in the last episode, I was spectacularly rubbish at using the torpedo boats. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm a little bit more successful in this one. Excuse me while I sort out the AI's terrible decision making with where to put ships in what division, because it's put the Pythons in the same divisions as Vipers, and I'd rather have them in two divisions, one of the Pythons, one of the Vipers, which is going to take a little bit of time to do. See, I'm sure I was saying lots of excellent stuff as I was doing this, not just going... not just moaning about the division system, but it's all I could see. It's so much harder to do post-commentary, I find. Anyway, yes, and then the other thing I was moaning about at this point was the lack of the AI button, which you used to be able to use to find out where the enemy was. So I used the other trick you can do, which is to briefly put your ships on retreat, and they will always move 180 degrees away from the closest enemy at the start of the battle, so you can get an idea of where they are, which is a lot more useful than the "they're to the north" pop-up that you get. I'm still not convinced of the logic or reasoning that the developers said that they got rid of the AI button. I understand getting rid of the identification system. It did genuinely cause quite a bit of slowdown when you moused over or selected a ship, or especially an enemy ship, and it had to load in the sort of the ship diagram and all the information about it. It was slow to do that, and you got like a frame rate drop, even if the game was running fine otherwise. So I totally see why they got rid of that, but I wasn't aware of the AI button ever causing performance issues. So it seems a bit odd to get rid of it, because it was it genuinely had use. Aside from figuring out where the enemy was, if you wanted to just test the design or test the AI's behaviour, which I did do quite a lot, or used to, it was handy because you just press 1 and on all the divisions, and then you could assess how good the AI was at controlling ships and what it was up to. Anyway, as expected, the enemy has rushed forwards with their torpedo boats. This will hopefully allow me to simply eliminate them. This one does get past the Admiral's spawn here, but it's basically heading to the line of torpedo boats that I have, which, yeah, it's absolutely fine. No problems with that. Yeah, I think the AI is just being a little bit predictable, which is totally a real world thing that would happen. This is absolutely something that throughout history in all sorts of combat you would see armies attempting to do, is to bait enemy forces out of position to get them to leave, to fight them one by one rather than fighting the enemy all at once. Definitely something that I think is a valid tactic. It's not my fault, the AI falls for it. They do manage to get a torpedo off, despite being right at the limit of the range. I thought they had the 900 meter torps, but they didn't. They had the slightly longer ones, and the spawn is going to take a hit. So she's going to get detached. Yep, there we go. There's me remembering to do it. And withdrawing, I'm going to leave the cruisers to pursue the torpedo boats, because I noticed that the battleship and the armoured cruiser have no cover. Or rather, I know that they do have cover, because there's some torpedo boats I've not seen. But I thought now was as good a time as any. So I'm going to keep the Vipers back a bit, but go in with the Pythons, the more disposable of the two types of ship, just to see what we're looking at and how the Italians respond to a torpedo boat attack, or at least that's the plan. Okay. Yeah, it's actually I spent some time looking at their battleship. I seem to remember it being pretty good. Yeah, look at that, decent armor, even if it is compound, which is slightly behind the times, but it's better than not. Iron plate, Mark 1 12-inch guns, Mark 1 casements, casemates. Sorry, there's plenty of them. No torpedoes, which is interesting. Which also emboldened me to think that a torpedo attack was possible. Vipers are hanging back. And here we go. This is where I commit the Pythons, getting them to come in at full speed. My initial plan was to have the Pythons attack the armoured cruiser and then have the Vipers attack the battleship. Kind of go in two waves. I am not capable of multitasking a swarm attack, which is why I'm going in line. I am aware it would be more effective to attack all at once, but I just find it so difficult to pull off. So we're going in one by one. I think I've got a reasonable angle here, but yeah, it's not actually the best when I look at it. So in range now, and shoot. Or at least I was expecting them to shoot. The tube's still rotating. I did notice there was a bit of an issue with the Pythons in that, not there, but you'll see it later on, they often only fire one of the tubes. So they'll fire one torpedo tube, but not the other. Very strange. And that cruiser sees it immediately and starts to turn. So that's a miss. Now, actually, kind of glad that I'm replaying this, because there was something I meant to check during this battle, and I would have had to watch the video back to do it, which I didn't do, and now I'm getting to. So that's handy. Yeah, that cruiser's at a terrible angle. The Python T10 has fired one torpedo, but not the other. That's the issue I was talking about. And you can see that if you really squint, you can see that one of the tubes is pointed at the cruiser, which is the one that fired, I think, and the other one has not. So, given that issue, I just tell it to withdraw. The Python T14 has just fired their tube that works, apparently, which is a bit irritating. Again, I'm still not very good with microing all these torpedo boats. Oh no. I'm like, fire a torpedo now. But no, it's a grim inevitability that they were going to get hit by a torpedo, or so I thought, but they didn't actually. But it's fine. And then now I'm realising I should maybe just have the torpedoes off until they're ready to fire. Although, unfortunately, the T5 had also deployed its primary torpedo. I see a Python in the back there, taking a hit. But it was a dud. Amazing. Anyway, the Python T5, as it happens, has a really good angle on the battleship, but unfortunately she's fired one of her tubes already. So this is probably only going to be a single torpedo, if that. Depending on if she launches or not. She's already on normal. She's free to fire. But again, there seems to be some sort of issue with the tubes on the Pythons. There we go. Now it launches. And this is what I wanted to check. I wanted to see which ship it was that fired that particular torpedo, because it does impact on the battleship. Very nice. Causes a lot of flooding in the bow. And the T-17, with her torpedoes off, has both of her tubes. Well, not ready, because one of them is pointed in a stupid direction. See there? It fires one, and then it fires the other. Which is great. So, tell her to leave. Great stuff. And then the T-16 is here to finish the battleship off if we need to. But I suspect the 2 torpedoes will be enough. Or I suspected that the 2 torpedoes would be enough. One was a dud, but the other one did impact successfully. So, again, better safe than sorry. 2 more torpedoes headed the battleship's direction. And that's all of the Pythons out of the fight. Now, as it happens, the armoured cruiser has wandered closer to the Vipers. So I thought, well, we might as well go in for an attack on her as well. I was pretty sure that the battleship was going to sink at this point, especially with those 2 torpedoes, and she does indeed go down, which is absolutely fabulous. So far, remarkably little damage to the torpedo boats, although I don't think that's going to last. Again, just trying to close in, trying to get a good launch angle. The armoured cruiser is relatively obliging to the Vipers, unlike the Pythons. And of course, the Vipers carry 4 tubes that can launch at once, rather than just the 2. But again, you see there that they fire one set, but not the other. Although this time the tubes are rotating, so I'm not as annoyed. And as it happens with the Viper T12, kind of perfect the way that the torpedoes end up going, because the first set caused the cruiser to start turning away, and then the second set is fired basically directly into their broadside, which is really nice. And bonk, bonk, bonk. 1 dud, 2 detonations, and that armoured cruiser is in big, big trouble because the T-18 is right there. So I was very pleased with myself at this point, having taken out a battleship and just about to take out an armoured cruiser. Well, so I reckon it's going to happen, unless I'm remembering what happened wrong. Just waiting until I'm roughly level with them before switching the torpedoes to normal. There they go, 4 torps, and T-18 now able to bug out. T-13 following on, because you might as well just keep hitting a ship with torpedoes until it goes away. Better safe than sorry. There was 1 dud in there, but that flooding, I reckon, is terminal, but you never know. Mr. Hero with a bucket can come along, so another set from the T-13, which I don't think is needed, but it's better to send it rather than not, and then having a ship come back from the dead. But no, the Peloro goes down, and then gets hit by torpedoes. And that just leaves some torpedo boats. So I'm bringing the cruisers back around to try and deal with that, and also to try and help the Python T5, which is the ship that got that first torpedo on the battleship. She's in a bit of trouble, but yeah, my ships are not very fast, and things not looking great for the T5. She's already taken rudder damage. She's got a bit of flooding, bit of structure damage, but the main problem is she's lost a lot of her crew. Presumably whatever shell that hit her in a particularly populous part of the ship. And I reckon, 3 torpedo boats chasing it down. That's not going to go well. Again, a flooding hit. Crew losses go up to about 33%. 2 more hits, including a destroyed torpedo. But not enough, because the T5 just out of the blue launches a torp at the Altair, which is not out of the fight, but very, very badly damaged from that. Unfortunately, the guns on the T5 are very hard to bring to bear. So she's struggling a little bit. There's torpedoes going after her. All sorts of things. And unfortunately, the Acadian Vengeance and the rest of the cruisers, they're not really fast enough. Crew loss gets too much, and the T5 is forced to scuttle the ship, bail out. But appropriately enough, the Acadian Vengeance then just about arrives into range and starts shooting at the torpedo boats, plus the other cruisers. And with all those 3-inch guns, there you go, hit pretty quickly. I have to say the early on accuracy. I know, obviously, I'm playing on a mod. I'm playing on a mod that I wrote, or at least partially wrote. So I know that accuracy works differently to the base game, but I have to say it is nice to going back to 1890. I think maybe I'm just scarred from playing vanilla 1890, and I was like, I swore off it. I was like, never playing that ever again. 1890's combat. Certainly with the Dreadnought Improvement Project, I actually find quite fun. Yes, the ships are slow, and if the game starts you off miles apart, it's annoying. But it's actually quite entertaining, because you are able to hit if you can get close enough. So it encourages this style of play where you close in to ridiculously close ranges, which is where all the torpedoes can fire as well, and the torpedoes do tons of damage. Again, because of the mod. So you get these really, really kind of fun atmospheric battles. And I'm really pleased with how this one went, because, we sunk a battleship and an armoured cruiser. We lose a hero torpedo boat. And, the enemy is pretty ruined, to be honest. Those were very, very expensive losses. A huge problem for them. This is me checking which torpedo boat it was, but I've watched the battle back. I know it was, in fact, the T5 that got that initial hit in on the battleship, and then the hit on the torpedo boat, and then the others were able to come in and finish it off. So, posthumous awards for the crew of the T5. And I'm super, super pleased with how this went, especially after the last episode where I was so abysmally crap with the torpedo boats. And that's a $48 million battleship that was actually a decent design, sent to the bottom. Right, also news on the war front. The Italians have taken Ethiopia. It's such a shame that that's now going to be up for discussion in the peace negotiations. Let's have a look and see how they're doing. So they have 1 more battleship left. They have 6 armoured cruisers, 12 lights, and 14 torpedo boats. Okay. Now our economy is growing, and theirs is shrinking. This is still making no progress, and this is still not making no progress. So the Imperial Guard not doing particularly well. Oh, this is now. Can we do it again? Can we take out the other one? This would cause serious problems for them. Again, if we use the Krems to take out the Castor, then use the Vipers to take out the Patchy, the Abaddon, yes. It's a heretic. Get him. I'm entertaining myself. Hopefully I'm entertaining you guys as well. But yeah, if we can take out both Italian battleships, that's pretty huge. I think we try and hit them as hard as we can this month, and then see if they'll accept a peace treaty. Because we kind of want to get out of the war. As soon as we can at the moment. Oh! It's one of these with the 10 inches. Alright. Let's try and get on an attack run. So we're going to go out this way. Right, now close the distance. Yeah, they've seen the threat. Torpedo boat, Castor. Getting targeted by the Crims. That's why I'm heading away. As best I can. Oh, that was a lovely hit with the 5-inch gun. I think they might sink here. Not quite. Oh, let's keep them going though. Yes. Did they fire their torpedo? No. Okay, Crims, back you come. Right, the battleship's heading that way. Do the transports have guns? No. Right, all ships target the battleship. Right, 5 T11. Go to normal. It's one launcher. Can you get the other one off? Be quick about it. There you go. Detach and withdraw. Oh, the whole line split. Oh well, that's fine. T7 off. T13 off. T17 off. T7. Probably good that they're staggered, actually, because they're turning away from the first two, but they're plumb for the second two. Hit. Dud. Ow. Oh my word. Ammo detonation. Those really hurt. Really hurt. Right. Put the boots to them. Very good. T13. Ooh. Heavy damage. Actually, wait a moment. I mean, they're probably going to sink anyway, but... sometimes it pays to be sure. Krems can deal with the transports. And then we've got Viper T-17. It's been out of position. Oh, they're clinging on. Nope. Gone. Well, that's rather hilarious. Beware the torpedo boat. Right. The Krems can finish off the transports, but I won't make you sit and watch that. I will see you on the post-battle results screen. There we go. Confirmation that Italy's lost another battleship. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. And these are not bad battleships. Genuinely not. They're not fast, but nothing is. In the 1890s, they've got 12-inch guns, bigger than our battleships can manage. They're armoured. They have secondaries, and yeah, but $48 million battleship getting obliterated by some $4 million torpedo boats. Okay, well, let's see what else the Italians are doing. Well, one thing that's going on is we've got a port strike on Livorno, which is definitely something I want to try and pull off. And again, they've got a heavy ship here, the San Giovanni. Obviously, we could take it on with the Ambition class here. But again, we've got 2 Vipers and a bunch of Pythons, so potentially we could use the exact same tactic. Bait their torpedo boats out into attacking our cruisers, destroy their torpedo boats, and meanwhile our torpedo boats circle around and torpedo their heavy ship. Right, you and that div, and you and that one. So, where is the enemy? Okay, they're over there. Okay. So, yeah, you guys head that sort of direction. But slow down. Save your fuel. You two, let's prepare to meet the enemy. Right, there they are. Or at least there is their cruiser. I actually think we could probably just take them on in a direct duel, but probably wise to be a little bit sensible with it and see their entire task force. Here is their protected cruiser, the Capera. Interesting armament layout. Okay. Yeah, you hide under your little smoke screen. It's one of their older armored cruisers with the Mark 19s. So already a massive disadvantage in guns and firepower, because we're packing 4 10-inch Mark 2s, more guns, double their guns, of a higher mark and a higher caliber. That's all bad for the San Giovanni. And we also out-firepower them on the secondary batteries as well, carrying 5s instead of 3s. And we already scored a hit. It's remarkably good accuracy. Insanely good accuracy. And it exploded. Wow. Okay, Feldkirch, for that extraordinary display of gunnery, I'm going to give you... I'm going to give you a medal or something. Because that was crazy good. In this era, scoring hits at that range and then having the entire main armament of the heavy cruiser just blown off. I don't even need to use the torpedo boats. They can just chill. They can just chill back here. Do what they want. Oh my word, 5-inch. It's an ammo debt on something. Possibly the remaining 9-inch ammunition. Because it's the only one whose count has gone down. But, oh my word. Didn't even fire a shot in reply. Against what is technically a peer. 20 million... Yeah. Definitely is. Right. You lot. Accelerate battle speed. And stop withdrawing. You two accelerate to battle speed as well, because it seems like their torpedo boats are trying to engage mine. Which is a little bit annoying of them. Oh, got him. Dragon. Sunk. Try and overhaul that armored protected cruiser, but she's pretty slow. I mean, our ships are also slow, but this is very slightly faster, I think. You just chase them off. I'm happy enough that I sunk the armoured cruiser. Not overly concerned about their torpedo boats. But, you know, not going to complain if we can take them out. Yeah, there's the torpedo. What was that? Oh, torpedo weirdness. Oh, it hit, but failed to go through the armour. Boom. They're in trouble. Well, they found the guy with the bucket. flooding going, well, water getting pumped out. Wow, they have fast 16-inch torps with a 400-meter range. You really don't have to worry about getting too close to you then. Ooh, lovely. Yeah, I think the Capera is done for here. Be wise to surrender, but I think they're going to sink. Yep. Lovely. And we get the port strike off. Excellent. Welcome back. I've decided to give them an award. Just put a little asterisk after their name, just to show that they have, in fact, earned an award. Let's see if, because it is a no scrap campaign, let's see which ship can get the most of those. Right, next we have the Emperor's Glory and the Enforcer taking on a convoy. Okay, sure, we can manage that. Oh, you both have short-range torpedoes. Well, it's less ideal, but yeah, let's go. Oh, there is a torpedo boat. Focus the torpedo boat. I'm assuming it is a longer range torpedo, yep. They have. Redirect the 7-inch guns to the light cruiser. Just keep peppering that torpedo boat if you can. Oh, it's exploding. Well, that helps. Main guns on the next one, please. armoured cruiser showing off exactly why it's called that. Bouncing a lot of this, all these smaller shells. Also blazing away. Ooh, Caio Mario. Very badly damaged. And I think sunk. Yes. Amazing. Can charge down the transports. Secondary guns firing on both of them at once. That's proper Imperial Navy style, that is. Transport down. And there goes the last transport. Just the protected cruiser remains. The Agrippa over there. How many shells has the Empress Glory blocked here? 61. Not bad. Vain attempt to charge us. Just gonna get ruined. Oh! And a torpedo explodes at the end, breaking the ship. Very good. Very good indeed. Right, Italians are not done. Not by a long shot. This time we have 4 cruisers, all of them Cardinals, taking on a couple of Italian armoured cruisers. Although, I say a couple of Italian armoured cruisers, their fleet is shrinking rapidly. And this actually represents a fairly sizable chunk of their remaining force. They obviously decided to really go for it this month, deploying almost their entire fleet in an effort to, well, slow us down and protect their shipping and things. But it's not necessarily gone their way, has it? Right, the silent fire at the front. This is going to be a pure case of just cruisers barreling into the enemy, I think. Although I do have to be careful about their torpedoes, I suppose. Yeah, this is one of the older ones. This is also one of their older ones, so that's absolutely fine. We'll lumber our way, slowly bouncing backwards and forwards like the bath toys we are, until we're in range. I mean, good range. Speed are we doing at the moment? 13, yeah, that's because I turned. Let's see if we can get a good run at getting some speed up. Ooh, flooding hit. Nice shot by the Silent Fire's secondary battery there. And another one. Oh, yes, very good. Armando Diaz is gonna sink. Yeah, they do. Very nice. Right, don't worry about the transport right now. Taking out the Haytor, I guess that would be. Look at this. The armor of contempt. Yes. Your heretic shells can do nothing. Also, F you civilians. Bloody hell. You don't have to go that hard on the civilians. Yeah, I'm not surprised the Nemo surrendered. San Giorgio and the Grifona, actually, both badly damaged. Oh, look at that. I love that. Little pock marks from the secondary guns hitting their armor belt. Ammo detonation in the 3-inch guns. Oh, what are you doing? Why are you going this way? Silent Fire, what are you up to? Like, I'm gonna end this. It's been a misclick from me. Oh, you're gonna take a torpedo for that. Yeah. Excuse me. Violent sneeze. I think Silent Fire will be okay as long as you didn't take any more torpedo hits. That was totally my fault. Misclicked and I hadn't realised. Well, okay, it's not entirely my fault. It's also partly the game's fault. It's so bloody easy to misclick on things and have ships change direction when you don't want them to. But it was my fault for not noticing. Ancona goes down. That's very good. Right, Villa, I'm going to have you go after the transports, but the Toaster and the Cardinal, you're going to finish off those armoured cruisers. Hello? Again, with ships not going the way you expect them to go. Oh! No, I was trying to click on it. Too slow. Griffoner cooking off her ammunition. Torpedo explosion. Yeah, none of this is good, is it? To be fair to these Italian ships, whilst they are crippled, they're not sunk yet. Or sinking, I suppose I should say. Like they're damaged, but they're not at the stage where they couldn't, you know, limp back into port. Griffoner surrenders. Probably sensible, given the condition she's in. Focus efforts on getting off the thing. Oh! I saw the flooding start to get taken care of. Damage control parties kind of trying to get on top of things. And then the ammo blows up. Oh, God. Right. Okay. Very good. Right. Of the remaining battles, we have a torpedo ambush, but I'm not feeling it. When it's an ambush mission, it's much better to try and do these if there's... Like, if you've got a fixer, I know that sounds weird, but if you've got, like, your own armoured cruiser or something like that to engage these ships so that they're distracted and then you sneak in and launch torpedoes at them, I find that to be more effective. So we're not going to be doing that one. We're not going to be doing this one because it is 2 protected cruisers against an armoured cruiser, and that's usually a bad time. Yes, I know I've got a torpedo boat, but 1 torpedo boat is not enough to make sure of that. However, this we are definitely doing. The Adjudicator and Rahl, Agent of Rights, against an armoured cruiser, an Ottoman armoured cruiser of the same design, and 2 protected cruisers. A chance for our battleships to do something. Rather than just, you know, invading, which is primarily what they're for. You still have a bubble turret. How come you still have a bubble turret? Did I not refit you yet? Oh, glorious. Superb. There was me worried I wouldn't get to see the bubble turrets in action. There they are. Glorious bubble turrets. I thought I did a refit of the Adjudicators. Maybe I forgot. Oh no, they're coming towards me. It's fine. You're fine, both of you. Sadly, it means that these ships are not going to be the most accurate of things. But damn, do they look cool. Or at least to my eyes, they look cool. Yes, you're not cool. You're the ones with the Mark IIs. How very vexing. What's your torpedo range? 0.7. Damn. It's an upgrade to nickel steel. Possibly there's some funniness going on. I'll check that when I get back to the fleet screen. Funny. Shot my secondary battery. Ammo detonation. Light cruiser is pretty crippled. I'd like the main guns to focus on the armoured cruiser, actually. Secondaries can keep working over the Luigi. Oh, hey! Oh, it flash fired the second I clicked off it. Oh, there we go. Good. Might be Mark 1s, but at this range... Boom! Hit! Right through the main belt. Take that. Okay, just engines going offline briefly. Not sure why that would be, but okay. There we go, gets hit. Circling each other now. Looking for that decisive blow. I might do. Let's have Rahl focus on the Francesco instead of the no-name Ottoman ship, which is about to sink anyway. Holding on. Oh, no. Okay. Very good. Well, that was an excellent hit. Yes. Flooding. But not critical damage. Yes. Okay, there goes the remaining protected cruiser. We'll be able to take out the Francesco here. Kind of right at the edge of torpedo range. It's kind of the optimal place to be, I think. Oh. 2 main belt penetrations from the adjudicator. Sinks the ship. Lovely. Well, there you go. More pain for the Italians. Yes, there is something funny going on, because they should have upgraded guns, and they are of that type. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Possibly an issue with the tweaks and fixes, but it might just be that this is not applied correctly. Not sure. Because, yeah, if I view this ship in the constructor, I would expect to see that it has, yeah, Mark II guns. Oh, well, I got to see the bubble turret, so I'm not that sad. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.